And there's even a point where Carlos is like, okay, if you take out the hearing aid, he can't hear, right? And you see Freddy behind him, and Freddy's like a little kid. He's a clown. They took one of the greatest slashers in history. Well, my personal favorite slasher. I got the poster in the back. They made him a fucking clown.
Every town has an Elm Street. I'm screaming while the bus is in motion. I'll get you, my pretty, and your little soul, too. Kids today, huh?
Freddy's Dead. The Final Nightmare.
This is the one I was not looking forward to reviewing. This is the unwanted fucking child that should have got flushed down the toilet. That's fucking harsh to say. This is the redheaded stepchild that should not have ever existed. And I'm talking about Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. They couldn't even call this shit a Nightmare on Elm Street. It's just straight up Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. And I'm gonna tell you what, yes, I'm an old head. I was around when this movie came out. And the gimmick that they used was you get to see Freddy Krueger as you've never seen him in 3D. Me and my homeboy went to the local theater, the RKO, to go watch this. They gave us our 3D glasses. So we're under the assumption that this is going to be all in 3D, right? They say, wait till we tell you to put the glasses on. You don't put the glasses on until, what, the last 10 minutes of the movie. That is it. That is it. My pressure up already. I'm being joined by my man Darnell from Rejected Heroes Media. And so, as much as I'm excited to collaborate with my man, but the movie that we're talking about, not so much. Okay? So, I'm going to get to this portion in a minute. But I just want to get my little 2 cents out the way. Fuck this movie. Okay, this is not only the worst Elm Street movie, but this is one of the worst horror movies ever made. Okay, I will take a low budget slasher exploitation flick from the late 70s that looks cheesy, that you can tell is cheap, but at least it tried to be scary. This movie it's a Looney Tunes cartoon. It's an R-rated Looney Tunes cartoon. Freddy went from being a stand-up comedian in part 5 to now he's straight up Wile E. Coyote. He rolls out of bed of spikes, cartoon style, out of breath. Oh boy. You know, he's playing Nintendo. Alright, he's playing fucking Nintendo with an Atari joystick. Great graphics. Now I'm playing with power. And every time you see him, he's laughing. What the fuck is so funny? Why are you laughing all the time? What do you have, Tourette's? Oh Lord, I hope the Tourette's syndrome people don't fucking cancel me. Like, dude, what the fuck you like? What's so funny? Like, I mean, yeah, Freddy laughs in all his movies, but Freddy usually laughs right before he kills you or right after he kills you. In this movie, he just laughs for no fucking reason. His makeup was terrible. His makeup doesn't even look scary at all. It looked like one time he was drooling out the mouth and shit when he's playing the video game. And he only catches 3 bodies in this movie. Okay, 3 bodies, and all of them look like they were fun. They look like, well, except for Carlos. The Carlos death looked like it hurt. The one with the ears. And there's even a point where Carlos is like, okay, if you take out the hearing aid, he can't hear, right? And you see Freddy behind him, and Freddy's like a little kid. He's a clown. They took one of the greatest slashers in history. Well, my personal favorite slasher. I got the poster in the back. They made him a fucking clown. Why is he jumping in the back looking like a fucking idiot? You know, and I love Robert Englund. Robert Englund cannot be copied as Freddy, but he made an ass of himself here. But he got that check, so I can't hate on him. But he made an ass of himself. I felt embarrassed for Robert Englund in this movie. Okay, there's nothing about this movie that is good at all. The main characters, especially the chick that thought she was bad, the one that liked to fight. But I will say this also. All right, I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Yo, Darnell, I'm gonna let you have the floor, man. I need to take a pressure pill. Go ahead, nigga.
We're back.
for more nightmares. Going on my YouTubers, subscribers, and Freddy fans alike. Good to see you guys again. Rashad, again, thank you for letting me be a part of the Nightmare Spectacular train we got going on every year. We just did Nightmare on Elm Street 5, now we're going to talk about Nightmare on Elm Street 6, even though it's not Nightmare on Elm Street. See how fast I talk? I just begin tongue-tied. This time it's officially called Freddy's Dead, the Final Nightmare. It's over. No more nightmares. No more. So is this movie good? This might be like low-key, as much shit as I might give Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Other people might think. I think now looking back and like watching it, I'm like, Nightmare on Elm Street 6 is kind of like really the low totem pole. Really just like studio being like, well, we're kind of run out of ideas, so let's just kill Freddy off for good in this movie. It just kind of shows that it's just like, even the production and the stories kind of just like, is there even a story? You do get like backstory on Krueger, but it kind of paints him to be this kind of like nice neighbor next door type deal. He wasn't no crazy child killer. Okay, as far as plot and movie goes, Freddy's back again. Duh. This time it's like he's taking on the latest, I guess the last Elm Street kid. How many last Elm Street kids are there? More or less he wants to like infect a new, like he wants to go worldwide and shit. So pretty much he just kind of dream hijacks the main character, main chick in this movie. So we find out that that girl is actually Freddy's daughter. Yeah, Freddy has a daughter now. Remember in the first Nightmare on Elm Street movie, it was just kind of just like, oh, he was this bastard. Just, you know, killed the kids and shit like that, so we just burned them and that was it. Nope, now Freddy gets a whole, like, backstory, this whole, like, Mr. Rogers next door, like, kind of creepy Mr. Rogers next door, like, oh yeah, you know, he's a Freddy nice guy, you know, chokes his wife out and shit. That's a regular Tuesday. So now pretty much you got Freddy's daughter that's going to the dream world to pull Freddy out, just like Nancy did in the first movie, to kill him all over again, and he's dead. Say good about this movie. The dream sequence was they were really cartoonish. Remember the first dream sequence that had Spencer? Yeah, Spencer. That one was pretty much like, yeah, let's just make Freddy into like, you know, Super Mario Brothers shit like that. He even had a fucking like claw game controller and shit. That did look sweet. It was pretty much just like, yeah, he's no longer scary, is out the window in this movie. Freddy is full on like, hey, check out the power glove. I still love you, Freddy. At the end of the day, Nightmare on Elm Street 6, Freddy's Dead, Final Nightmare, long title. That's like my thoughts. I'm just like, I don't want to say nothing bad about it because I love the franchise as a whole, but I guess also like you gotta acknowledge the good and the bad, and this one definitely isn't on par with the other Nightmares. Remember I said on Nightmare 5 you kind of just like, it does something so different from the other ones, but still different in that like good, memorable type of way. The movie, it just straight up like almost a parody of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, shit like that. And that's weird, even though I think this was the first movie that came out in 3D. It's like a 3D horror movie. Remember 3D was like new, now it's just like dime a dozen. Robert Englund is still going to be forever the best Freddy ever. At the end of the day, I guess I'm like, it's still like low totem pole quality Nightmare movie, so take it or leave it, that's just my thoughts. Thank you again, Rashad, big bro, letting me be a part of your channel for another year of our annual Nightmare on Elm Street collaboration. So next year, 2023, I guess we'll do, what, Freddy's New Nightmare? Wes Craven's New Nightmare? I'm shit with names. For New Nightmare. We'll do that next year for you guys. Enjoy your 31 days of Halloween. Enjoy all the frigtacular shit coming out. We got Chucky Season 2. We got Halloween Ends. We got Terrifier 2. We've got a bunch of shit that goes bump in the night. See you guys for those videos. And as always, subscribe to our channels. Until next time.
Okay. Fuck. Like I was saying, by the way, if you haven't yet subscribed to Darnell at Rejected Heroes Media, I'm gonna put the link in the description. He didn't care for this movie either, but I don't think he didn't like it as much as me because, yeah, this shit got my pressure up. All right, so back to the chick I was talking about, the one I thought she was bad. She had a heartbreaking backstory. Okay, so this movie does try to go into some dark territories as far as what these kids have gone through. So even Carlos with the hearing aid, that came from, I guess, his grandmother or his father like hit him in the head and made him lose his hearing. The one girl, she was, I guess, molested by her father. Whatever. So there's some dark shit in here that goes on with these kids, and you want to feel for them. But it's like, how can I take this shit seriously when you hear in the background you see Freddy with his glove? Fuck this movie, man. You know, I ain't got much more to say. This shit was trash. The main character that they introduced in the beginning, let me see, I'll call you back, nigga. the main character that they introduced in the beginning of the movie, I guess he was supposed to be the protagonist. They did the whole switcheroonie where he was supposed to be Freddy's kid, but come to find out it was the other girl. I think her name was Lisa Zane or whatever. She had the personality of a wet mop. I hated her character. She was just like she made Hayden Christensen look like fucking Robert De Niro. Okay, her acting was like she just didn't give a fuck, you know. Yeah, but this boy, he's supposed to be established as Freddy's son, but then come to find out, nope, you know, I'm not your daddy, and he, you know, cuts the parachute and he falls to his death on the bed of spikes that Freddy rolled out there like Wile E. Coyote. Even at the time when this movie came out, me and my best friend Nick, we were disappointed. We took them 3D glasses, we threw them. The effects at the time were still bad. The 3D didn't really work. This movie is trash. It's one of the worst I've ever seen. So with that being said, I'm gonna give Freddy's Dead an F minus. F minus. I believe that's below a F. One of the worst movies ever made. This is one that I erased from my rememberer, but I had to review it for the sake of reviewing all the Elm Street movies. But this one does not count. So for anybody that's never seen a Freddy Krueger movie, I say I'm elated to show them 1 and 2 and 3. And that's okay, you know, 4 is fun, check that one out. 5, this is when the series starts going downhill, but still check out 5. 6 does not count. 6 belongs with Grease 2 and, well, what's some other sequels that should be buried and never return again? The Exorcist 2, okay, this movie belongs with those. Just Kobe in the trash. That's it, and that's all. If you like and dig this content, hit that like and subscribe notification bell in the corner. This is Rashad G signing out. See you in the next goddamn video.